Hey there, it's Clay from modernlove.life, where things are getting a little bit weird here. Um, so I just moved my setup from my office back home because, as some of you may know, I live in Seattle, Washington, which happens to be the whole epicenter of this outbreak thing that seems to be happening here, at least in the United States anyway. And so they're asking us to, work from home for a while if we can. So I can, and so here I am. That's why the background looks a little bit different. I put up a little screen to kind of block out some of the stuff that you might see in my bedroom. I mean, it's nothing weird, but just like dressers and clothes and things like that. But it can be distracting. So put that up. But yeah, I'm going to be working from home until this whole thing blows over, hopefully sooner rather than later. Um, Honestly, things are getting kind of weird here. I mean, life is going on as normal, but I saw in the news that they had to close down my old high school because one of the students there had the virus, and they closed down the high school to like deep clean it or something. So I that that's weird. That's weird. Like my high school. And then, of course, my mom lives not far from there, so I'm kind of like worried about her. But yeah, I'm just hoping this whole thing is short lived. I hope it blows over. Um, and I hope that we can, all go back to life as normal soon. I know that there's definitely a lot of opinions, a lot of thoughts on this topic. It's obviously not the topic of this channel, but I just wanted to let you know what's going on and that yes, I am going to be working from home for a little while. Um, so with that being said, I wanted to make this video about apologizing to your ex. Before we get into that, though, I wanted to ask a bit of a favor from you. All the usual stuff, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. But additionally, I wanted to ask you to vote on the name of a thing that I'm planning on putting together soon. You guys may not know this, but I'm pretty terrible at naming things, actually. I'm not very good at it. So I thought I'd actually turn this over to you and get some crowdsourced opinions on what a good name would be. So I want you to pretend that you're like at a bookstore and you're just like walking down the aisle and you happen to see books with different names, okay? And then just pick which one you'd rather pick up and flip through and read, okay? So there's going to be a link down below in the description for this video, and also in the comment section, I'm going to pin a comment to a poll, and I just want you to take a look at the poll and vote on which name, if it were the name of a book, you'd pick up and just flip through, okay? I'm thinking about putting together a little thing about some of the best templates and conversation strategies that we've managed to come up with over the years for communicating with your ex, and I just wanted to think about what we might name that thing. So go ahead and vote on that. That would really help me out a lot. Okay, so with all that stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the topic today, which is how to apologize to your ex. So apologies can be a tricky thing. We're used to apologizing for things in our lives when things go wrong. And we're used to just being able to say, hey, I'm sorry that didn't go the way that we wanted it to, or I'm sorry I hurt your feelings or something. And, most of the time, friends, family, coworkers, and stuff like that, they'll just say, okay, yeah, no worries. We'll just let that roll off our back and we'll go ahead and move forward. But when it comes to relationships, a simple apology often is not enough. A simple apology, kind of like how you would do in other situations. Apologizing towards your ex is more difficult because there are, of course, many more emotions wrapped up in the whole situation. Of course, you and your ex were in a relationship. Of course, your emotions are a whole lot different because you tend to open up to people in a much bigger way in a romantic relationship. And so it's often more easy to get hurt, and also more easy to get hurt more deeply. So what's important is that you really understand your ex's emotional world. You can't just, apologize for the sake of apologizing. You have to let it impact you how your actions or how what you did or how what you said affected your ex. And not just like intellectually get it, like, oh, they're upset or they're mad or whatever, but actually understand, like, oh, wow, they are feeling betrayed. They are feeling devastated. They're feeling hurt. And yes, I know that there are two sides to every story, and that, from your perspective, you probably did nothing wrong, or you have your own reasons for doing what you did. But you have to kind of put that aside for now and just see things from your ex's point of view in order to really allow your apology to kind of, penetrate through their what would you call it, like their shell, in order to get inside and to allow them to let go of the pain, the hurt, the resentment, the whatever they're feeling that's keeping them from actually being able to open up and talk about something more deeply. So you really need to have that empathic stance to be able to feel through the situation and to connect with them beyond the pain and the hurt and all of that stuff. So that's what you need to do, and that's what you need to think about when you are apologizing. You also want to, of course, make sure that you tell your side of the story too. I mean, they're probably accustomed to you saying that, but oftentimes if you just say that without first acknowledging how they feel, it can come across as defensiveness, like you're trying to prove them wrong, you're trying to make them wrong for feeling hurt, for feeling upset, for feeling sad, for feeling whatever. But if you start by first connecting with them on an emotional level, understanding where they're at, and then you can go ahead and explain, like, yeah, I know that you feel hurt right now. At the time I was just so caught up in whatever it was, work, my own drama, worrying what other people would think of me, whatever it is, that I totally lost touch with how these actions would affect you. And then, you can just sort of like talk about your experience, how it affected you, and all of that. And then, of course, you can segue that into the proper apology. So, there's really a few different components to this. You definitely first and foremost want to acknowledge how your ex is feeling, take that empathic stance, then you get the opportunity to share what was motivating you, how you felt at that time, and then, of course, you can segue that into an apology. And that tends to work a whole lot better than just saying, like, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm apologizing for, but I'm sorry, right? You definitely don't want to be in that position, because that's not going to go well. I've never seen that sort of apology go well. You want to definitely start with that empathic stance and then move forward from there. So that's really what's at the key of apologizing. Also, just understand that apologizing isn't going to do the whole job of getting you back together. It's just going to open the door. I think that many times people also expect too much from, little things, whether that's an apology or a text message or an email or a letter that they write or whatever. They expect the individual thing to do the whole job of getting back together. And typically that's not going to happen. I mean, sure, maybe in some rare instances it can go that way, but most of the time it's just going to open the door for you to take a step forward, and then you're going to have to take another step forward, and then you're going to have to take another step forward. And, you're going to have to go on this journey over several steps and really inspire your ex to believe that there's a future together with you. And you're typically not going to be able to do that with just one move. So just let it be okay that the apology allows your ex to let go of the pain, let go of the hurt, and then from there, the two of you can actually start interacting in a meaningful way that will start to build up a better emotional connection between the two of you. Okay, so don't think that the apology alone is going to do the whole thing. It's just going to get the ball rolling. And then, of course, there's an entire other game beyond that of connecting on a deeper level, inspiring trust, showing them that the two of you have a future, showing them that they're not walking back into the same relationship that they walked out of in the first place, and handling all of the other things, rebound relationships, long distance, all of that stuff that may be considerations as well, too. But again, first and foremost, just understand where they're at emotionally, because they're not going to be able to be open to any of that stuff until what they're currently feeling right now is acknowledged and heard in an empathic way. So definitely make sure that you do all of that. Okay. So, yeah, I'm here at home for now. and we're just gonna have to hope that the situation gets better, that it's temporary, that this doesn't get any worse. Yeah, I'm still trying to get everything set up here appropriately. Our place is kind of like really narrow and long, and we have our Wi-Fi thing on one end, and I'm here on the opposite end, so I need to somehow like figure out how to get better reception back here. Once I'm able to do that, I think I'll be able to start live streaming from home. So that will maybe happen next week. We'll have to see. I have a whole weekend to kind of fiddle around with it and make sure that all works out. But hope you all are safe. Hope you all are healthy, and I hope that this whole situation doesn't get any worse. Take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, and of course, be sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe, and go down to the description and give me your opinion on the poll for what I should name my communication thing that I'm intending to make in the near future. That would really help me because as somebody who is not very good at naming things, I'd like a little bit of help. Take care. I'll talk to you next week, and I hope everything is a lot better by then.